right? And this is something that is going to be very big, right? Because we're not just doing one type of business here. This is something that can be done anywhere virtually, and it's going to cover multiple products. It's something that they do not want to, miss out on, right? Timing is very important. So let them know that, hey, right now you got to get on whatever you're doing, unless you're, you know, I don't know what they could be doing that's more important right now, other than to learn exactly what's going to be changing the face of the planet over here. Okay, take like 30 seconds, and then we're taking a few more introductions, and then we'll get started.
Keith Williams out of New York City.
Welcome, Keith.
Jonathan Franco, Northern California.
Welcome, Jonathan.
What are you doing?
Chris from Long Beach.
Chris, welcome, brother.
All
All right. Okay, we're gonna get started, guys. So 5 minutes.
Recording in progress.
Past 9 o'clock. So welcome everyone. So today, Super Saturday, right? We're gonna be covering a lot of information today. So right now we're gonna have a very special mentor, and this guy has actually done a lot for the business. He came in right from the beginning, guns blazing, and said, hey, this is something that I want to plant my flag, somewhere that I see myself, like, building and growing and helping more people, right? And since then, he's been, absolutely crushing it, sponsoring a lot of people, and then connecting with a lot of people, and mentoring a lot of people's deals as well. And he's always the guy that steps up. If ever we need anything, he's the guy that says, hey, I got your back, right? So this guy has accomplished quite a bit, and I'm super honored to actually be able to work alongside with him. He's helped me a great ton as well too, and I can see that this guy's going to get all the way to the top, right? So this is the guy that you guys want to give your attention to. Take some really copious notes and give him your undivided attention, because he's going to talk about how you can be building your business just like how he is as well too. So with that being said, Mr. Chris McHenry, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Awesome.
Good morning.
The floor is yours, brother.
Intro, Calvin, I appreciate it. All right, is everyone excited for a Saturday? Super Saturday.
That's right.
So I'm Clark Kent right now. I'm going to open up and be Superman in here in a second because it's Super Saturday. Mr. Rangel will know that story in a second. We just talked about that a couple days.
That's
All
right.
Well,
That's
hey,
right.
I'm glad everyone joined Saturday. Like Calvin said, you could have been anywhere this morning, but someone took the opportunity to let you know that you need to be on this call because it's an opportunity for you to change your life. And we're going to be talking about how you can do that. Let me see. Let's do a test. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. Now, what we're going to be doing today is talking about Build Network. Now, our company is not a sales organization. We are a people organization. We're leading people, we're growing people into leaders so that we can spread the opportunity across the masses. We want to yell from the top of Sky Towers, come to Build Network. Everywhere, every corner you see, every meeting you want, you're going to see one of us there talking about our high brokerage opportunity. Because that's what it is. It's a high brokerage opportunity. It's an ability to build your mindset, to build your business, and build your net worth. We have leaders in the organization that have done that over and over again. And they're very transparent. First time they did it, they didn't do it the right way. Second time they didn't do it the right way. But the third time, right here, they did it the right way. This company is blazing. The compensation is on fire, and Mr. Rangel will talk about that down the road. He is the genius that put it together. So let's get started. Who are we? We are a high-ticket brokerage with 4 high-ticket verticals. 4 right now. Very soon, in probably less than 30 days, that 4 will go to 6. And that 6 will go to 8. Why? Because we want to keep advancing. We're not a one-trick pony. We're not in one vertical like these other companies in the industry that plant their feet and they don't diversify, and they look back and say, man, I wish I had another product I could lean on when this one was slow. I wish I had put some money in investing in this and this just went downhill and I had no plan B. We're going to have the alphabet, plan A, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all verticals and all products so that you can stumble upon sales. If you put the energy and effort in, we're going to help you fall across sales. But to fall, you got to be able to walk yourself. So there has to be some effort from you. We can't do it all for you. So to walk, to trip, to fall, some of that is you. You got to learn a little bit. But we have the blueprint in place. We have the leaders in place that have done this and are successful. So you don't have to fail to win. People have already done that. Now, why build a business? Well, because no one's coming to save you. Today's day and age, you're working your 9 to 5, and then you're clocking out and you're working your 5 to 9. It's a necessity to have another job going. Some people are working 2, 3 jobs. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Living Color. We're like, I got 13 jobs, man. Some people are doing that. They're working their 9 to 5. They're Ubering. They're Door Dashing. They're Shopifying. They're doing everything they can to make ends meet right now. So we're saying you don't have to expend all that energy and time. We have the opportunity that'll let you eliminate those down the road and focus on one of our verticals and then take your time back. The most precious thing we have is our time and our family. And if you spend a lot of time trying to make money, you miss out on what? The time with your family. So we want to be able to give you that time back. And that's what this business will do. Entrepreneurship is now a must, and we're giving you the keys to the kingdom. Now, we live in the age of the gig economy. That's DoorDashing, Etsy, Airbnb, Shopify. People are doing these on a daily basis, and some people are making a good living doing this. And this is their path to entrepreneurship. But there's other ways, and that's what we want to show you. There's other ways to be an entrepreneur. And you can still do this because we have some people that are making 6 figures in our business now that are door dashing and Ubering, and they're meeting people to sell to offer our products to. So now they've created what they have as a gig, and they now are leveraging that to meet people to offer the products to. Now, what do you look for in a business opportunity? I say this all the time. When you look for a business opportunity, it's like you're dating or you're looking for a car. You got a checklist. Is the car need to be red? Is it a V8? Does it have 18 or 20-inch rims? You know, is my potential wife, is she smart? Is she an entrepreneur? Does she have blue eyes, brown eyes? Those are a checklist of things, right? So when you look at a business, you should have that same type of checklist, the minimums, right? So one thing you want to look for is something that's in a big target market, low penetration, essential goods and services, gas, electricity, and water, and industries that are thrive in a good or bad economy. And when was the last time you were struggling and called the electric company and said, hey, I'm just not going to pay this for the next 3 months. Can you just leave those lights on and I just not pay you? No, but they will turn your lights off and tell you for the next 4 days, I'm going to still charge you, but you're not going to have that power. Rolling blackouts, right? We all experience those. They can do that. They can call you. They don't even call you, actually. They just turn your lights off and you look up online and, oh, we got rolling blackouts this week. Great. But you can't do that. You need electricity to survive. You need gas. You need water. So those are industries that you plant your foot in, and you're always going to have customers needing those things. Now, our services, you're probably excited for this a lot because now I've got you excited. Your blood should be flowing. Like, what am I going to be able to offer, Chris? Tell me. The anticipation is bubbling. Well, all of those things in the checklist that I talked about, we have as offerings. Energy, residential solar and commercial solar. Home security, ADT and Brinks, and soon to be Ripple. An amazing product that's on the verge of launching. Rain H2O, our alkaline water product, and our Smart Money Club. Now, why do you need the Smart Money Club? Because we're putting you in a position to make a lot of money, so we don't want you to do dumb things with that money. So I call it the Smart Money Club. Because if you don't have guidance in how to spend or invest with all the earnings that are potentially coming your way, then it's going to be just out the door. It's going to be out one ear, or in one ear, out the other. Running through the front door, running through the back door, right out. We want to give you information to be able to invest and make that money work for itself. And what is that money? Well, with residential, that's $6,000 to $10,000 per sale. One sale per sale. So one residential deal for solar, I'm not even going to talk about commercial because you won't even believe me when I say commercial. I'm just going to talk about the believable things, because all of this is energy, effort, and execution. You put your head down, you work, you tap into your mentors, you ask questions, you do your training. All of these sales are possible. With home security, $500 to $700 per sale. Our alkaline water product, $1,000 to $2,100 per sale. I'm talking about per sale, not accumulation of sales. These one sale will get you these commissions, right? So your mortgage 1 month might be $3,000, $2,000. You make one solar sale, you got your mortgage for the next 6 months, possibly. Right? 2 sales, you're up for the year. And the mortgage and cell phone and car payments, those are all residual bills that so we're going to give you a path to make residual income to pay those bills every month. So yeah, it's getting nice. So let's talk about solar. Solar, why get involved in the solar industry? Well, it's all about the size of the opportunity and the timing of the opportunity. Those are key things. Right now, we have 130 million homes in the US. New homes are being built on a daily, weekly basis. So this number is going to grow. In California, when new homes are built, they have to have solar. Have to. It's mandated. So when you do your research, right, and you look at, well, if in California, the government is making builders put solar on homes when they're being built. Don't you think that's a clue that is an industry you probably want to be in, right? There are little nuggets and clues around. I might want to look at solar because, EV charging in California. Look at California. California usually is the state that is, always doing things like, I want to say first, but not the smartest, but then they figure it out, and then every other state does it. So now they're EV charging stations. Homes have to have solar when they're put up, and that's income for builders. And then when the builders, when they put solar on the homes, they're trying to cut costs. So they're not going to put as many solar panels. They don't think about how many people are moving into that home. They put, if the law says 6, they're putting 6. Now, if I'm a family of 5, do you think 6 panels are going to be enough? So that's more. They're building more opportunities for you every day. Think about that. When homes are being built, they're building opportunities for you to sell solar on a daily basis. I don't think about these things until I say them. And I'm like, wow, houses are being built for us to sell to. So they're creating income streams for us. 90 million homes are eligible for solar right now. And that's going to go up, like I said, because homes are being built on a daily basis. Only 5 million homes. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Only 5 million have solar right now. So that's 85 million homes right now that are eligible for you to go knock on their door, for you to go call them and say, let's talk about solar. And if they say no, guess what? I got something else on my belt. Let's talk about water. You drink water, right? Oh, we got a water filtration system. Okay, well, what about our opportunity? You're a salesperson? What are you doing? So every door is an opportunity for multiple things, not just one. Now, why do consumers even go solar? Well, because number one, they're saving on energy costs. We save people up to 50% on energy. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. Every home has a different energy footprint. But the number one thing that we do in every presentation is we educate the homeowners. We pride ourselves on educating the homeowners because whether they buy solar from me or not, hey, they're gonna get it. It's whether you're appealing to them, whether you're asking the right questions, whether they feel like their best interest is in your hands. When you're a salesperson, the goal is not to be a salesperson. No one likes to be sold. Everyone likes to feel like they have a play in what they're doing. So the goal is to come to an agreement of sorts. Like, you understand this is what you're doing, and I'm putting information in front of you that's going to help. It's going to save you money. And we do that with 0% financing, blackout protection, different tax credits. We have multiple options to get people solar with no money down. And then sometimes it increases the home value. And in 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. 2023, I believe it was 39. In 2024, it's probably less than that. And sometimes, I say people can't even hold their breath that long. Someone went solar. Now, let me ask a question. How many of, let's answer this in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. How many of you know a homeowner? And if you know a homeowner, I want to also say, do you know a renter? You know a homeowner or a renter? You might say, well, Chris, why is a renter important? A renter's goal should be to be a homeowner at some point, right? And when you're talking to an existing homeowner, you ask them, you were a renter at some point. So you were renting your home and then you decided to take control and buy your home. That's what we're doing with energy. You're renting your energy. We're giving you the ability to take control just like you did when you bought a home. And that was a smart decision, right? Right, Calvin? That was a smart decision, right, Mr. Rangel? That was a smart decision. So we're making a smart decision today to take control of your energy, put yourself in the next 25 years so you're budgeting. You have your energy budgeted for the next 25 years. That's planning. And you're a planner. And these are the conversations we have with homeowners because we don't want them to feel stupid. We want them to understand the decisions they're making, and that goes with educating the homeowner. And what do you see here? Well, I've said it. All of these homes, they can either go solar, they can get water. If they are moving in fairly new, they can get home security. And they also are probably right now, every morning or every night, going to sleep praying for an opportunity to fall into their laps. And guess what? It's not going to fall into their laps unless you open your mouth and tell them about it. You're on this call right now. So someone decided, I'm going to open my mouth and tell Calvin about this opportunity. I'm going to open my mouth and tell Jonathan about this opportunity. I'm going to open my mouth and tell Philip about this opportunity. Because I know that they can use something that's going to take them to the next level. And start saving and start building financial freedom and start building generational wealth for their family. This is it. And this can be done part-time or full-time. You can dedicate as much time as you want to it. You can't say, I'm going to dedicate part-time hours to my full-time job. It doesn't work that way. Because you have a boss. Boss is going to say, well, you're coming in 20 hours a week when you're supposed to be here 40 hours. That math is not mathing. It doesn't work that way. Now let's look at some examples. This customer was they're in California. They were paying $287 a month. Now they're paying $148 a month. So we cut their bill almost in half, gave them a battery, and they're saving money for the next 25 years. And you want to know what the best part about this is? We're getting a good commission check from it. We're saving them money. We're cut their bill in half. We're budgeting their energy for the next 25 years, and we made $6,400 in commission. When have you ever been, if you're in sales, you'll understand this. When have you ever been at a company selling something where you're cutting something in half almost. You're giving so many benefits to the person you're selling to, and you're making a really good commission check. Those things don't add up that way. It's normally you're creating an expense, you're building value, and then you're getting commission. So you're convincing a company or an individual, this will bring so much value. So let me show you the return on investment when you put this money into it. And let me show you what you'll make out of it. So you're creating an expense. Right now, we're eliminating expenses and getting a large commission. That's a win-win scenario. That's a win-win, and the earth is winning too. So you normally don't have 3 wins in a sales presentation. We have 3 wins. Now, in this example, this person was in Florida. They were paying $410 a month. Now they're paying $290. We got them batteries and 82,000. Oh, I'm sorry, 82,000 is down the road. Mr. Mango, you talk about the 82,000. 8,200 in commission. Now, when we put you into the organization and you start building out your team, your partners you want to work with, you were working with a mentor to start with, because you don't get all of this information just with the snap of a finger. It's a part of the process of learning. You're learning and you're earning. You're earning while you're learning. So when you come into the organization, you're working with a mentor to ask questions before you do the presentation. Not during the presentation. You ask questions before and after. You take notes. Why did you do it this way? Why did you do it that way? And during the presentation, you'll notice that we're just guiding the customer down the path to the finish line, because it's not a sales presentation. It's an IQ test. The numbers most of the time make sense. It's, you're doing this now. I'm going to save you this amount of money for the next 25 years, and you're going to take control of producing your energy. All of those things make sense, right? Yeah. Okay. So then let's figure out the next steps. It's that simple. We just walk them, we guide them down the path. Now, and the reason why we educate the homeowners, and that's the number one thing we're doing, is we're educating more than anything, because it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it doesn't. We're not batting 100 for 100. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But when we explain all the things that the homeowner is benefiting from and they're doing, and if there is a cost savings, then it makes sense, right? And if they say no, then you look and say, okay, well, you understand that you're just agreeing to pay more every year. 6 to 8% is going to go up every year. If you look back 5 to 10 years historically, what you've been paying for energy, it's always been lower. So you're continuously going up to where you are now. Just like gas was cheaper 5-10 years ago. Just like eggs were cheaper yesterday. Seeing people buying eggs like crazy. So it's all a part of our economy, how it works. So there are not that many things in what you're using that you can take control over and say, you know what, I don't want this cost to go up. I'm going to figure out a way to do that. And, oh, Chris, you can help me do that? Perfect. Where do I sign? Now, energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history, by Mr. Warren Buffett. So this gentleman is in this presentation because we are in the renewable energy sector. That's where he's invested billions of dollars. Now, can you or can our company invest billions of dollars? No, but we can make billions of dollars by being in the industry that he's saying is going to be here for a good amount of time and create a lot of millionaires. So that's why we have our foot here. We're in the commercial and residential space for renewable energy. And we're training everyone that wants to be trained on how to capitalize on that opportunity and how to find customers to capitalize on that opportunity. We talked about home security as well. ADT, Brinks, and Ripple right around the corner. Ripple is our own proprietary home security product. It just blows my mind what that can do. So you'll be put in a position where you can go to customers that have ADT or Brinks and say, have you seen the next phase of what home security is going to be? Well, we have that. And if you're in a position where you're dealing with homeowners like real estate agents, this is a simple sale. Right now, if you're a real estate agent and you're not in our organization, you probably are referring home security to someone else. Or as soon as you sell them their home and close the documents and sign and give them the keys, there's a home security rep knocking on their door the next day. So you can set yourself up to make an easy sale every single time you sell a home. Every single time. Give them the keys, drive over, bottle of champagne, and oh, by the way, so which one of these home security plans did you want to go with? Because I can schedule that for tomorrow or next week, whatever is your convenience. And then you make a quick $400 to $700 in commission. Now, if you're a rock star real estate agent, like we have some in our organization, and let's say you're selling, 5 homes a month, that's 60 homes a year times what, $400? That's an extra $25,000 in by saying another sentence or two. If you're a real estate agent, you're already a talker. Just add a couple more sentences. Now, let's talk about our alkaline water brokerage. Now, one of the things that I love about this company is that we don't have one product and that no one has to be an expert when you're coming to the organization. We have mentors in the organization that are experts. So when I talk about alkaline water, you might be, Chris, man, you know a lot about the company. You're selling water? Well, yeah, we are, but I'm not doing that. I'm tapping on one of my mentors that have experience in water, like Ovi, Mr. Delvon, Mrs. Bean. Those are the people that are the water experts. It tastes really good. It's good for your skin. I have dry skin. When I wake up in the morning or in the afternoon, take a shower, I have to put lotion on and then baby oil and then lotion again. So it's good for your skin, the hair, not my hair, my daughter's and my wife's hair. And it supports the digestive system. It removes acidity. So it does a lot of stuff, but I don't pretend to be an expert in this. I actually bring in the expert. Because the one thing that I know is that people can smell BS. So I'm not going to be in a room reading off a PowerPoint pretending like I know everything when I don't. I'm going to bring in an expert that knows this stuff. But I do know that our product is made in the USA. It's in California, right next to Six Flags Magic Mountain. And they brought alkaline water into the US 30 years ago. They make products for our competitors. So if think about that. If your competitor is coming to you and say, I know you are the standard in alkaline water and we want to get into it, but can you make my product too? So you're going to your competitor and asking them to build your product. That's what happens. So we have a tier 1 product, a tier 1 provider in alkaline water systems. And what is it? It takes all the bad minerals out and it adds the 3 most important ones back in the body: calcium, potassium, and magnesium. And I can't say enough about it being made in the US, in California. Now, I talked about our high ticket brokerage: residential solar, commercial solar, ADT, Brinks, Ripple, right around the corner, our alkaline water product. We have an immense amount of products to offer and sell. We also have an immense amount of support behind the scenes to help you sell these products. So it's one thing to have a world-class company, to have products to sell, but it's also important to have world-class leaders and support so that you can feel like I get my questions answered. If I need help, I know where to go. If I don't know where to go, I know who to ask. So those are very important things. Now, I know you all have enjoyed the time speaking with me, and I know you're just on the edges of your seat, ready to say, well, Chris, how do I get going? But not yet. It's not. There is going to be some exciting information. So if you were paying attention when I was talking, pay more attention now. And if you were not paying attention when I was talking, shame on you. But I know you all were. Now, I'm going to be introducing the president of our company. gentleman has made millions of dollars. He retired his mom at the early age of 29, and that was one of his goals. He set out and said, you know what? There are 3 or 4 people right now where I'm from that can't retire their mom. I'm going to go retire my mom. That's my goal. My number one goal is to retire my mom. Make $1 million before I'm 30. Build a world-class organization under another organization. And then you know what? I'm going to leave and start over and do it again. How many people can leave at the top of their prime? Think about this. Leave at prime. Leave money on the table at the top and say, you know what? I'm going to go do this again. Because I want to do it my way. I want to do it my way. I feel like the way that is being done right now, it could be better. And I want to do that my way. I want to build out a compensation that's going to be for the people, by the people, and then run a world-class organization and be a family man, a great husband, and a great leader. So with all that being said, I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to stand off. You guys have heard enough of me talking. I'm going to put the stage up for Mr. Rangel to talk about the compensation plan that he's built. He's a genius behind it. We're all in awe on a daily basis of the amount of money that we can make in this. So thank you, Mr. Rangel, for doing that. And I'm giving you the stage to talk about it.
Wow. Well, Chris, first of all, great job as always. Okay, very happy to be here, share the stage with you. There's a reason why you are so involved with the company, because we see you as not only a tremendous leader, but a tremendous asset to the organization. So everybody, let's give Chris a virtual round of applause. Let's show him some love in the chat. So ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing what's called a Super Saturday. So we're doing this business overview. I know that we've got a bunch of new people on here as well. And we are going to be following this up with a training right after, okay? We're going to do some recognition as well. And we're going to be done by about 11 a.m. Pacific, okay? That's about 2 p.m. Eastern. So it's not going to be a long time. 2 hours we're going to be doing this thing, but we're going to go through this information fast. So as Chris mentioned, I'm going to give you guys a 60-second view of my history. I'm originally from Mexico, got started in the network marketing, direct sales industry at the age of 18. I always had to go to retire my mom, did so by 29, made my first million by 30, got started in the solar industry in 2020 during the pandemic, in the beginning of the pandemic, late March 2020. And in the first 3 years, my team and I did 2,100 solar installations. We decided, hey, listen, that's good, but I don't want to be a part of good. I want to be a part of great. So build what we are showing you here, ladies and gentlemen. We are essentially building the ultimate business and lifestyle membership. And I'm going to be breaking that down for you here today. There's a lot of money to be made. And here's one thing that I learned a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen. I learned if you want to get wealthy, you've got to identify what are the industries, what are the trends that people are being drawn to, what are the trends of the future. Get involved in those trends, offer those solutions to people before the masses. And that's exactly what we're doing with more than just one industry. We're not just a solar company. Even though solar may be our flagship product, we're not just a solar company. So I'm going to cover the compensation plan. Let's go ahead and get into this. So there's 7 ways to get paid in our compensation plan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to cover all 7 ways, but I am going to cover most of the ways that we get paid. So first and foremost, our company has a model of, we say, look, we want to pay you 70% of the commission. We want to pay 85% actually. 70% goes to overrides. Out of the 30% that's left, half of that is paid in overrides. 70% is a direct commission to you. So if we're talking about the solar commission, the average profit on a solar job is $10,000. That means that 70% equals $7,000. That would be your commission. Okay. Now, when you get started, you have to learn the business, right? You don't know how to sell solar, so no problem. What we do is we have a mentor program. How does that work? Your first 3 sales, in addition to going through training and a short certification course, your first 3 sales have to be done with a mentor. That means that your first 3 sales, an expert will help you design the proposal, will help you understand the proposal, will teach you. And you could be as little or as much involved as you would like in this process. The mentor will present, close a sale, and here's what happens. You split the commissions 50-50. So that if the commission is $7,000, you would make 3,500, and the mentor that helped you and educated you and trained you would make $3,500 as well. Now, that's for your first 3 sales. After your first 3 sales, you pass the certification, and if you're ready, you can go on and start closing your own deals on your own. Once you've closed 5 deals on your own, you can now take a test to become a mentor yourself. And as a mentor yourself, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You now are able to close other people's sales and make 50% of the commission. And let me tell you something, that is a beautiful place to be. I'll give you an example. If we go to the mentor sales example, let's say you are a mentor and you help 4 consultants. Remember, their first 3 sales, they have to do training sales, 50-50 split. So let's say it's 4 consultants, whether they are a part of your team or they are not a part of your team, that's irrelevant. It can be, because some people say, look, I like your style. You are sharp. I'm not on your team, but I want you to be the mentor of my sales. By the way, when I did this for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, it was my first full year. I closed 116 of these sales. So check this out. The average commission is $7,000. So the average split commission is $3,500. So let's say you help 4 consultants close their first 3 sales. That's 12 sales. Multiplied by $3,500, that's $42,000 in commissions that particular month off of helping other people close their sales. We've got people say, hey, I've got my mother. Some of you guys are thinking, I've got my brother and my neighbor. I've got my mother-in-law that needs solar. They got a pool. They always complain about, in the summer especially, they complain about their high bill. Hey, I know some people. And these are the kind of sales that we close because we are a direct sales company. So we deal a lot with the warm market. Now, here's what happens. We make 70% commission on our personal sales. And when we get started, we start off as a consultant. So you have the option to build a high ticket brokerage that equals a solar brokerage, water, security, and everything else that we offer. You could offer all 3 of them, or you could offer 1 of them. That's up to you. Some people say, I don't really focus on sales. I focus on only building my brokerage and making overrides. And that's an option that you have as well. So here's the way it works. When you are new, here's what happens. You earn a 20% override on anybody you introduce. So let's say, for example, I introduce Chris. Chris makes a sale. He makes $7,000, whether he makes it himself or he split the $7,000 with the mentor, that's irrelevant. That means that 10,000 profit, there's 3,000 left. They kept 7, there's 3,000 left. I make 20% of the 3,000. So I would earn a $600 override because I introduced Chris and he made a sale. And that's on everybody I introduce. So if I introduce 5 people like Chris, 10 people like Chris, that's irrelevant. Anytime in their career that they make a sale, guess what? I earn a 20% override. Okay. Now, once myself and my team combined, we are doing 10 installs, sold jobs that get installed in a 60-day period. So that's about 5 a month. Once we reach 10 installs in the 60-day period, I get promoted to manager. We have some managers here in the room. Now instead of earning a 30% override, my override goes up to, instead of earning 20, I earn 30%. And I earn 10% on everybody on my team through unlimited levels, okay? And by the way, Juan, let's make sure that we lock up the unmute button, please. Thank you. So as a director, that's 24 installs in a 60-day period. I now earn 35 and 15. And I'm going to break this down. By the way, I don't expect you to understand how this works. Just know this. The money gets pretty ridiculous. As an executive director, these are the people that want to build a bigger team. Not only are you earning more overrides through unlimited levels, you're not limited to levels, but here's what happens. You now earn 2% of the company-wide pool. Out of all of the sales, solar, security, water, all of the sales, 2% goes into a pool, you share it. If you're the only executive director, guess what? You're the one that gets that entire check by yourself. Now, of course, when there's other executive directors, you split it. However, there's more sales, right? The more executive directors there is, the more sales there is. Ladies and gentlemen, that particular 2% check, you are overriding the entire company. And the national director, that pool goes up to 5%. So the potential is tremendous. But let me give you some examples. Let's say you build a team of 10 people. And it doesn't have to be 10, by the way. It could be 5, right? It could be 7. It could be 20. That's irrelevant. Here's what happens. Let's say you build a team of 10 consultants that all did one sale. That means nobody is knocking it out the park, right? And by the way, we're talking about the overrides. Wait till we get to the residual income, because we have a residual income side of the business as well. So let's say 10 consultants all help one homeowner. 4 of those sales came from your level 1. The other 6 came from anywhere else in your team. Your approximate overrides are $6,300 in overrides. These are broker overrides, like a real estate broker that went on vacation, but his agent still sold, he made money. Well, guess what? You are a high ticket broker. You override solar, security, water. Now, let's say, for example, you did do one solar sale yourself. Well, that's an extra $7,000. That means that that particular month you earned $13,300 in overrides. Not too shabby. Now, let's say that team of 10 didn't do one. Let's say they pushed a little more. They did 2 sales, $13,800 in overrides. At this point, you would be a director. Your overrides are $13,800. If you added a sale yourself, that's an extra $7,000. Guess what? You're at over $20,000 in total overrides. Now, of course, these are hypothetical examples. We have, and every company in this industry has to say that to be compliant. We are not guaranteeing you the income because we don't know how much work you're going to put in. Your work and your income will be directly in proportion to your work ethic and your skill set, right? So, but do we have people making this kind of money? Absolutely. This is an equal opportunity. So how do you get started? Everything that you saw up till right now, you can start as a consultant, $149 and $49 a month. You get everything we talked about here. Refer for, pay no more. Now, if you want to learn about the residual income, if you want to learn about how to be a real, a legitimate entrepreneur, if you want to learn how to travel for free and all these other things that we're going to talk about, you want to be a builder, which you could also refer for and pay no more. So for the $99 membership, I'm going to break down what you get. So first and foremost, we have an entrepreneur university called the Smart Money Club. We have financial experts, licensed experts that come in and show you financial mastery, business mastery. Some of the things that you're going to learn is this: credit repair and credit building. You've got to have your credit on par. So not only do we teach you about how to have better credit, but guess what? We have a software that will help you fix your own credit, your family's credit, your client's credit for free. Okay? You just pay the monitoring fee, but the credit repair itself is done for free. Because if you want to go out and really build wealth, you must have the best credit. So that is a foundation of being smart with your money. Also, tax planning. We have licensed tax planners that come and show you how to legally pay less in taxes, right? How to set yourself up. We also show you how to be your own bank with licensed financial planners, how to be your own bank. Imagine how to finance your own stuff. Imagine earning interest off of your money that you did for a down payment on a property, that maybe you finance your own vehicle and you earn interest on it. How to be your own bank, okay? How to retire tax-free, how to set up your entity and establish corporate credit, how to gain access to capital. In other words, it's an entrepreneur university, okay? Not only do you have the videos to watch over and over, but you have live sessions on a weekly basis with an expert that shows you step by step, here's what you do to build wealth. Here's what you do to set yourself up as an entrepreneur. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not enough to just make money. How many of you guys in the chat, I'm sure I'm not the only one, how many of you guys in the chat have ever been in a place where you made great money, but you didn't make the best decisions with that money? How many of you guys in the chat have ever been there? I've been there, where I made a lot of money and I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the financial experts to teach me what to do with the money. If I did, let me tell you something, it would have been such a big difference. Some of the things that we're learning here, I'm super excited that I'm learning about it, but it is bittersweet because I start to add up how much money I've lost, I've burned through, I've mismanaged, but I didn't have a tool to show me this. Now we've got experts that show us how to do this, and all we got to do is decide to attend these trainings. That this is included, one of the benefits included in the membership. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is we have built the most powerful travel program in the world. Here's why. Okay, some people may think, well, that's a little bit different, right? Two different things. Look, We believe that making money is great, retirement is great, but guess what? Living life is great. So the company, because of its database and because of its membership, we have the behind the curtain pricing. You could travel the world for a lot cheaper than anywhere else, right? We just stayed at the Fontainebleau Hotel, for example, in Las Vegas, Nevada. My wife and I on a Friday decided to leave the next day, Saturday. We looked on Orbitz, we looked on Expedia, we looked on everywhere. Tickets were about $300. Hotel rooms were about $300. Because think about it, it's a weekend, and it was the night before. Through our travel platform, we paid $155 a night versus $290, $300, and so on and so forth. So as a Build member, you have also the travel portal where you get behind the curtain pricing on all travel. And here's what happens. Not only am I able to travel throughout the year like a travel agent with behind the curtain wholesale pricing, but my membership at the end of the year, I get to redeem a free vacation. So the membership didn't even cost me a thing. And listen, there's a lot that I could cover on here, but I'll cover one more thing. The company is saying, look, we're going to make a lot of money together. We're going to teach you what to do with that money, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to enjoy life together. So the company has put together curated trips to Cancun, to the Bahamas, to Dominican Republic, to Miami, to Hawaii, where we travel together, those people that want to, and we could buy these trips together at a deep discount, and us as a Build community travel together and break bread together and do life together. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a company to make money with. That is not just what we're about. Don't get me wrong. If you just want to come here and make money and never go on these vacations, more power to you. It's okay. I'm simply letting you know that this is much bigger because we believe that when we build that family community, guess what? People are not going to quit. And why would I quit? And why would I not pay a membership? This subscription is the ultimate business and lifestyle subscription. At the end of the year, if I don't make no money, JC, you're telling me I can still redeem a vacation. It's like I'm putting money away in a piggy bank to travel, to force my family and I to travel and visit the world. That's exactly what I'm saying. In addition to that, you get discounts on over 50,000 restaurant brands, 150,000 retailer brands, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, this part of the presentation is actually changing. In the next couple of weeks, when you see this same presentation, we're going to put examples of our pricing versus the competitors. And I got to tell you, you can save up to 70%. So I'm very excited because some of the people on my team, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? They don't want to sell solar, but they want to travel the world, and we attract them because of it. Some people are, sales pros. They're like, dude, I love these huge commissions. I love the mentor program. That's why I'm here. Great. Some people are here because of the security aspect, because of the water aspect, because of the solar aspect. That's okay. And guess what? Because of the travel program, we're going to go international at the end of the month. So everything that I'm talking about so far, if you want to participate in that, the membership that you redeem the vacation at the end of the year, that is $99 per month. Remember, if you refer 4, you pay no more. So if I refer 4, I pay no more, but I still get all the benefits that I just mentioned. Now, here's what happens. You have a subscription to Amazon, to Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. Okay? Guess what? How much money do they pay you for being a subscriber? Or how much money do they pay you for referring others? Nothing. And guess what? Those subscriptions cost you time and money, and they pay you nothing. They cost you. That's why we call ours the ultimate business and lifestyle subscription or membership. Because here's what happens. We have 2 teams. We have team 1, team 2. Everybody we introduce, we decide, I'm going to put this person my team 1. I'm going to put this person on my team 2. Once my team reaches 10 members on team 1 and team 2, and it's not 10 members that I introduced, it's 10 members that grew organically. Let's say I introduced Angel and I introduced David. Angel is on my team 1, David is on my team 2. They introduce a couple of folks. Their folks count towards the 10. Once I reach 10 and 10, guess what? I'm now making $500 per month residual income. And maybe I already referred my 4. I referred Ike Angel, David, and Don. I no longer pay my membership, but I get to sell solar. My wife the other day took my son to get his hair braided for a jiu-jitsu competition. Next door, there was a business that they were opening up a clinic. The workers were painting the place. She stopped by and left their business card. Says, hey, we offer home security. Here's my business card. The worker says, oh, I'll leave it here for the owner. The next day, on a Monday, they call her from that clinic. They say, hey, we saw your business card here. We need a home security, we need a security system for our business. She closed that deal. It was like a $600 commission. Why? Because she just left it. Because she has a high ticket brokerage. These are real services that have been around for a long time that people need and want, right? So anyways, 10 and 10, $500 a month. When the team reaches to 25 and 25, you're making $1,000 a month. 55 and 55, you're making $2,000 a month. We're going to recognize some of the people that are making $500 a month, residual income, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and we got people making $4,000 a month, and so on and so forth. We're going to recognize some of these people here today. You guys are going to hear from them. But look at the last rank. $250,000 per month is what the last position pays. The biggest team, ladies and gentlemen, that I personally have ever built in my career is 120,000 people. This one is 20,000. Now, some people here are thinking 20,000 people, I'm never going to build a team like that. That's okay. Not everybody has things like that. That's fine. Some people are thinking, hey, if I can make an extra $500 or $1,000 per month, residual income, I have residual bills. If I can make this in residual income, that'd be amazing. I can send my kids to a private school. I could pay off my mortgage faster. It'll be my car note or whatever the case may be. That's fine. There's some people that are thinking bigger. Some people are looking at these numbers saying, wait a minute, this is doable. Some of these, bigger ranks are doable, right? So my point is, when I built the team of 120,000 people, I was not making anywhere near the 250,000 that's possible here. I fully expect, not only for myself, but for other people to hit that rank. And we will have, in the next year or two, people hitting the executive 250 position. You mark my words. So there's more money. There's a check match bonus. We're not going to get into it, but we're going to wrap this up. So ladies and gentlemen, everything that we talked about here today, you can get started for $199 month one, and then $99 a month thereafter. So here's what happens. Some of you guys are going to get started today with the $199, and you'll never pay the $99 a month. Why? Because within that month, you're going to have introduced 4 people on the same membership that you are on. So the company's not going to even bill you the $99. Now you get to experience everything that we have. You have the high ticket broker. You've got all of the benefits that we talked about here today with no overhead. So ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I recommend that you talk to the person that introduced you, get your questions answered, because here's what's happening. I believe that there are people right now looking for an opportunity. It reminds me of a story. There's a guy that was sitting, goes inside of a store, comes outside. He sees a guy sitting in the floor next to his dog. And the dog is moaning and groaning and complaining, like he seems to be in pain. So the guy that walks out asks the owner of the dog, says, hey man, is your dog okay? The owner of the dog says, yes, listen, my dog is fine. The problem is that he's sitting on a nail. So this guy has a puzzled look, and he says, well, why won't the dog get up and move if he's sitting on the nail and that's hurting him? The owner of the dog says, because it doesn't hurt him enough to get up and move and do something about it. It only hurts him enough to moan and groan and complain. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people do we know that go through life moaning and groaning and complaining about not having enough money, about the economy, about their boss, or whatever the case may be, about their bills that are, by the way, residual bills, right? They moan and groan and complain about these things, but they don't do anything about it. My friends, I will say this to you. They say that there's 2 opportunities to get wealthy in life. 2 opportunities. You're given 2 opportunities. I don't know if this is the first or the second, but I guarantee you it's one of the 2. And we are building something very, very special here. We've got people making full-time income, 6-figure income, without relying on recruiting a soul. You do not have to recruit people with our company. That is an option if you want. You could decide to become a professional in the solar space, in the water space, security space, or all of them, and mentor sales and help customers and make real money. Or you can decide to build a team, or you can decide to do both. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would encourage you to get with the person that invited you. Let them know if you're ready to get started, if you've got some questions, and they'll help you get started. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take about a 5-minute break. We're going to still be on here. We're going to play some background music. I'm going to play a video. Then we're going to come right back, and we're going to start with the portion of the training. See, we've been on for 1 hour. We're just going to be on for another hour, and that's it. I recommend, here's another thing I recommend. Stay on and give us your undivided attention. All of you that work with us, stay on and give us your undivided attention. Stay on and be serious about your business. We do this Super Saturday once a month. That's not a lot to ask for. I would encourage you guys to make sure that you guys stay on, give us your undivided attention, because we're gonna get into training shortly after this. So that being said, thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, and we're gonna play a video in the meantime.
I believe desire and will to win is everything. I don't know why I'm like I am, but my butt's always burning. There's always something say, Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to go far. Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to be somebody. You're supposed to make a difference with your life. What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. You look at the outside and study those two individuals, everything seems to be the same. They both are the same sex, they both are the same age, they have the same training, the same positions, the same contract, the same fringe benefits. They both are successful, they work hard, they're good family people, make tough commitments. But what's the difference? What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. He pays the price and a little bit more. He works hard and a little bit more. He's loyal to the company and a little bit more. He believes in a little bit more. He makes money and a little bit more. He saves money and a little bit more. If you want to win in these United States, you got to be tough and you can't quit. The last thing I'll talk to you about today in building this winning edge is, folks, if you want to win in business, you got to be a leader. Leadership is everything. You show me anything in these United States that win, I'll show you a leader at work. You show me a successful church, Boy Scout troop, club, football team, business, I'll show you something run by a leader. See, I thought at one time in my life you had to be smart to win. I used to have these smart people that dress so pretty and talk so pretty and use these big words. They just intimidated me. And I said, Art, you can't ever be that good. Why don't you just throw in the towel and go back and coach football for a living? And I found two things out about smart people. I think it's almost impossible for a smart person to win in business in America today. Because I find smart people spend their whole lifetime figuring things out. They're always trying to figure out an easier way and a quicker way. And another thing I found out about smart people is they just don't get around to doing nothing. And see, somebody like Art Williams, everybody said, well, he can't do it. And somebody like that can't do it. But he does it. See, folks, I want you to know almost everybody in America almost does enough to win. They almost get there. They almost are over the hump. They almost have it going. They almost, in everything they do, almost is a way of life to almost everybody in America. But the winners do it. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it and do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to go in business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. I hear too much talk in these United States. Everybody can talk a good game. We need people in America who can do it. I go all over this country with A.L. Williams, and I have people say, Art, you can count on me. Wonderful. Just do it. Art, I guarantee you this is my last stop. I'm going to win now. Super duper. Just do it. Art, if I could just have one good month and get the ball going, I know I could make it big. Super. Just do it. Art, if I could just pay off this debt, I could really go. Great. Just do it. Art, if I could just sell my house. Do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it, and do it, and do it. Art, I guarantee I'm going to win this contest. Super duper. Just do it. Art, I'm over the hump now. Watch my smoke. Great. Just do it. Art, I want to make it so bad I can taste it. What I do? You just do it. Art, I'm a vice president now. Can I quit doing it? No. Art, I don't know if I can keep on keeping on. I'm really hurting. What I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it, and do it, and do it. Art, all my life I wanted to be somebody important. Well, what do it then? Art, I'm going to save money so I don't have to go through this again. Great. Just do it. Art, I don't feel like I've had enough training. What I do? You just do it. Art, my manager don't give me no help. What I do? You just do it. Art, you don't understand. I was Mr. Everything at my former company. You don't mean I have to start off down at the bottom and do it, do you? Yep, you really got to do it. Art, what's the primary difference between winners and losers? The winners do it. They do it, and do it, and do it, and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to finally have achieved something unique, and how glad they are that they didn't quit like everybody else, and how wonderful it is to finally be somebody they're proud of and make a difference with their life. Thank you.
Woo! I get goosebumps every time I see that video. Even now, every time I see that video, I get goosebumps. That's one of the classics. That is absolutely one of the classics. And I got to tell you, it's so awesome to be involved in what we're doing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I want to share something personal here real quick. I was born in Mexico, brought to this country at the age of 6 years old. And needless to say, English was not my first language. So I also wasn't the brightest kid. I was in special ed classes until the 10th grade. I didn't learn to read or write until the 10th grade. Okay. I remember in about the 8th grade, somebody passed a note. These things in life, right, that kind of impact you, that they never leave you. This boy passed a note to me to give to a girl. And I grabbed the note and pretended to read it. And the girl at first complained. Then she stopped her and said, oh, he doesn't know how to read anyways. That right there is something that till this day never left me. And why do I say that? I say that to say this. In high school, I wasn't voted most likely to succeed. I wasn't a charismatic person by any means. I certainly was not a public speaker. One thing that I did that was instilled in me was from martial arts, discipline and consistency. They said, persistence wears out resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe I don't care who it is, if you give me somebody that's willing to learn, willing to show up, willing to do the work, willing to make a commitment to become a professional in this industry, they can make it happen. So at 18 years old, I was not the guy after high school that people thought was going to retire his mom before he was 30. By the time I retired my mom at 29, I had friends that were still living at home with their parents, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I remember these particular people were way ahead of me. I used to look at one point, I used to look at it and say, wow, these people are way ahead of me. They're way smarter than me. At 18 years old, I didn't have a social security number yet, and I couldn't get a job legally. And I had other people getting jobs, driving cars, having a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone, nor a car, nor a job. Not because I didn't want to, but because I legally couldn't get it. Fast forward a decade later, right? At the age of 30, I made my first million, retired my mom, right? Take my mom and my mother-in-law now on vacations to Hawaii and stuff like that. I'm simply saying this: entrepreneurship is a way. Maybe we believe that this is a company to do with. But any other guest that stayed on, I would encourage you to think about this. If it's not our company, find the right vehicle, the right company to do it with. We truly believe that we are at the cutting edge, not only with the compensation plan, but with the industries, the trends, the training that we provide. Those people that make a decision to lock arms with us early on, we're within our first year here today, ladies and gentlemen, those people that decided to lock arms with us and go and build something. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be struggles. And it won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. And I don't necessarily think it'll be hard. When I say it won't be easy, I'm not necessarily saying it's hard. For some people, it'll be harder than others, sure. But hard work and rejection isn't hard. I don't look at hard work and rejection as a hard thing. So playing the video that we just played is pretty, it fits right in today. Why? Because the gentleman that I'm going to introduce to do today's training, he's a gentleman that made millions of dollars. That gentleman on the video is a founder of a company called Primerica. Okay, and that guy's a billionaire today. He was a football coach, high school football coach, became a billionaire because of the opportunities in this country. The gentleman I'm going to introduce now became a millionaire with that company, made millions of dollars, and eventually sold his business for millions of dollars and retired, went to the Dominican Republic and retired. Then he said, man, I'm too young to retire. Retiring is boring. I love working. I love building something. I love helping people. And this guy is one of the most relentless people when it comes to building a business, when it comes to building a team, when it comes to building people, when it comes to making money. This guy knows how to make money. So I want to introduce one of the top distributors and a member of the Leadership Council here with our company, Build, Mr. Ed Ayala. I want to do a mic check. Are you there?
I'm here, JC. Can you hear me okay?
I could hear you just fine, my friend, and the floor is yours.
Perfect, perfect. Well, talk about a perfect video that I needed. Right, JC? Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Got up today and got really, really sick. You know, when you get like a stomach flu virus, I felt it. And I was like, man, I don't want to let the team down. And so I told JC, I said, give me a little bit. I'm drinking some Gatorade and some meds. I think I'll get through it. And all of a sudden, he plays Art Williams. That is true. In 1995, I joined that company, and that guy was one of my mentors. Had dinner with him, you know, was at many different events with him, and he's a legend. He's a legend. And basically, you know what? It's very similar to what we have here, only here the commissions are much, much larger. And obviously, we have so many cutting-edge tools that we didn't have back 30 years ago. That company actually today is a New York Stock Exchange company. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. They do about $4 or $5 billion a year in investments in insurance. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about how can you now take this opportunity and build something for yourself, whether it's big or small, whether you're just looking to make a couple $1,000s extra part-time, or whether you're looking to make a real career, and have what I call, you know, the two freedoms, right? Have financial freedom and have time freedom. See, a lot of people have financial freedom. You know, they work, they might be doctors, lawyers. We'll talk about that. All they're doing is trading time for money. And they make good money. They make a couple $100,000 a year. The problem is for them to make more, they have to work more. And now they are sacrificing their time with their family. I'm sure you know people like that, right? Here you have the best of both worlds. You get to have financial freedom, make a ton of money. I don't know if JC told you or Chris. By the way, they did a great job. Could you throw some fire in the chat for Chris and JC? They did a phenomenal job today. Thank you. You know, here, it's unlimited income. How many of you like that word, unlimited income? Okay. You know, when somebody says to me, JC, is this a salary? Are you guys paying a salary? I always tell people, listen, I would never insult you by paying you a salary. To me, that's an insult now. Now that I understand entrepreneurship, a salary is what somebody else thinks you're worth. when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, you write your own paycheck. You decide what you're worth. So here in our company, we allow you to get paid unlimited income. So yeah, before I got into that company, just my story very quickly in 1 minute. I was born and raised in Harlem, New York, housing projects, very, very low income. And I just took a bunch of tests, fire department, corrections, bus driver, police department. I didn't care. I got to get a job. I was just hit 20, 21. And NYPD called me up, I was accepted me. I took their test and I got started with them. And I spent 10 years of my career with NYPD, became a detective very, very quickly. I've always been very motivated and I did really well. The only problem was I loved my job. I really did love my job. It was very fulfilling, protecting people, saving people's lives. The problem was my check every week was about $480 a week. Okay, that's in the 90s, right? And I was like, man, I need to make more money. And that's how I stumbled into Primerica. It was a simple question. Everybody write this down. This is the question that got me. It was a phone call. I was visiting my mom. And I'm visiting my mom. And anybody here remember, right? If you're a dinosaur like me, the rotary phones, remember the rotary phones, right? It was a rotary phone, a yellow one, ugly, with a long cord. And my mom was visiting the next door neighbor. The phone rings, I pick it up, and it's a guy that I hadn't talked to in many, many years. He went off to the military. His name is Basil. And he's like, Ed, oh my God, you know what? I was calling your mom to get your phone number to call you. You happen to be there. I said, yeah, I happen to be there. What are you up to? I said, well, I'm a detective with NYPD, blah, blah, blah. We chit chat. And he says, listen, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Are you open to making some extra money, maybe part-time? And I said, yes. That was the question, by the way. That's simple. Are you open to making some extra money part-time? That was the question. And I said, yes. The next thing I said, right, being a detective and, being skeptical, I said, doing what though? Doing what? And here was his answer. He says, well, Ed, you know what? We need to get together because it's like giving a haircut over the phone. I can't do it. Okay. So when can we get together? And he closed me. He says, you want to get together Tuesday or Thursday? I said, Thursday's good. No, I'm sorry. It was Tuesday. He says, let's get together Tuesday. So he came over, met with me, showed me a flip chart presentation. Okay. There was no iPads, right? There was no fancy. There was not even no phone, no smartphones, right? A flip chart. But here's the crazy part. It was a photocopy of another flip chart. You ever seen a bad photocopy where the images look all messed up? That's what I saw. I didn't understand anything. All I knew there was a way to make some extra money. And then I said, listen, you know what? I'm interested. I don't really understand everything. He says, great. You know what? I want to introduce you to my vice president. He's actually doing a meeting for people just like yourself who don't understand everything and want their questions answered. It's going to be in New Jersey, Thursday at this time, 7:30, whatever. 600 Meadowlands Parkway, I'll never forget. And guess what? I go from New York to New Jersey during rush hour. It took over 2 hours to get there. But I was hungry. Write that word down. Hungry. You're looking for people that are hungry. When you find someone like a JC, right, that comes in from Mexico, you find a Don LaPlume, you find a James Cisneros, you find a Seth, you find a Julio, you find a Erjan. So many great leaders we have here. Roxy, I could be here all day. They got hunger, folks. Those are the people you're looking for. Okay. So anyway, I got started with the company. Within a year, I left NYPD. And as JC told you, I went out to make a lot of money, more than I ever dreamed, and got financially independent. And so I've been financially free for over 15 years, but you do get bored. You do get bored, believe it or not. There's something that you want to do. And what I'm going to cover today is how to recruit and build distribution. Now, the reason I love recruiting, let me tell you why, is because somebody gave me an opportunity. I'm so thankful and grateful. In 1995, this guy Basil gave me an opportunity. It was just a phone call, and it was the right timing. I was the right person who was looking, and he changed my life. If he hadn't done that, believe it or not, I'd be probably a retired cop like everybody else. I'd probably be dead, yes, because they only have about a 5-year lifespan after cops retire. And so he changed my life, really changed my life. And now I really want to give back. So hang tight here. I'm going to go through some stuff very quickly. So I want to ask you guys this question. Who has ever thought about this in their mind? You've said this question right here. Why is it that people who see the exact same build opportunity, right? They see the same presentation. Why is it that they don't see what I see? Throw a 1 in the chat if that's true. You show the business to 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, and you say to yourself, why don't they see what I see? Did they see a different video? Did they go to a different meeting? What? I don't get it. Okay. It's funny because when I was starting out, right, in Primerica, we had so many people at the office, right? There was one office for training, and at the same time, there was another office for brand new people, right? So if you brought a guest, okay, you brought a guest to the meeting because there was no Zoom, right? You have to physically bring people. And what I would do is, Chris, I would actually, put a bunch of cops in my car, lock the doors, and get it up to 85 miles an hour. So they couldn't jump out. I would make sure they got to the meeting. But anyway, so now we have Zoom. You don't have to do that. But they were in a separate room, and I was in the training room. And they were doing the business presentation for the brand new people. All of a sudden, the presentation is over. They let us know in the office. They go, hey, go meet your guests. The presentation's over. And I leave training. I'm all excited. I'm fired up. And I'm assuming that the guy or girl that I brought to see the presentation, they're brand new, they're going to be excited, right? Oh my God, they're going to see what I see. They're going to join my team. I'm going to build a team. We're going to make money together. And I ask them, hey, what did you like best? That's the question we teach you, right? Write it down. What did you like best? And they go, nah, this ain't for me. I'm not here to sell insurance. And I'm like, yeah, but you sell insurance, but you build a team and then you get paid on the team and you can make unlimited income, blah, 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 right? And they're like, nah, man, it's not for me. And I would scratch my head for so long, for months, and say to myself, why is it they don't see what I see? Then one day I figured it out. Okay, here's what it is. Okay, it's because we are all born to be successful, but we're programmed for failure. Let me repeat that. We are all, okay, every human piece of flesh, you're born to be successful, right? God does not create junk. So when you're born, you're supposed to be successful. Unfortunately, you're programmed for failure. What does that mean? Let me share this with you. Look, I'm gonna go through this real quick because you've probably seen this. Over 20 years ago, a very smart and well-known famous business expert, multimillionaire named Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. If you have never read it, make sure you read it. The first day I saw this information, I was in a seminar and a guy presented this information. It was a paradigm shift. Okay, that's like a $50 word for it was a shocking moment to me when I saw this. My parents didn't teach me this. My school teachers didn't teach me this. No one in my family knew this information. When I saw this information, it changed my life. Because here's why. Here's what I was told. I was told, go to school, get good grades, get a college degree, which I didn't. I barely got out of high school, right? Got my PhD, right? Public high school diploma. That's my cheesy joke. And I barely got out of high school. And so they teach you, right? Go to school, get good grades, get a college a diploma so you can go get a good what? Job. You can get a good job and work for somebody else. And if you work hard, you'll climb up the corporate ladder. Throw one in the chat if you heard the exact same thing. Now notice everybody participate. Who heard the same thing? Go to school, get good grades, go get a good job. Who heard the same thing? Throw one in the chat. Look at how many people got the same programming. Okay? Here's the problem with a job though, right? Your income is based on your position. You only get paid for the hours that you actually work. You must be at work to earn income. So I don't care if you're a heart surgeon. Heart surgeons make, the last time I checked, about $500,000 a year. You've got a much better opportunity here. You know why? Because you could make $500,000 a year by building a team, and you don't have to go to the office to work. You don't have to go. They do. They have to be at the hospital, right? They have to do heart transplants, whatever they do, everything they do. Otherwise, they don't get paid. Think about that. So here you have time freedom and financial freedom. You're renting your life. You're never going to own a job. Okay, the owner of your company is not going to give you ownership. And you're never truly paid what you're worth. No job will ever pay you what you're worth. Why? Because they got to make a profit. Well, that's where I was, right? I was in NYPD. I had a job. The government paid my salary. Every cop got paid the same. Okay. Well, something a little better in the cash flow quadrant is someone who owns a job, right? Self-employed. These are doctors, lawyers, dentists. What's the reason they're a little bit better? You control your time. Problem is, again, you have to be, you have limited hours, you make limited income. You have to be at work to earn income, and you got no time freedom. We talked about that. Right now, here's what's amazing. According to his book, and I'm going to prove this to you, 20-something years later, the numbers have not changed. 90% of Americans are here on this side, yet they only own 10% of the wealth. And on this side of the quadrant, 10% of Americans own 90% of the wealth. I did not know this information. Okay. Why is it? I disappeared here. Hold on. Like a ghost here. There, I'm back. Okay, good, good. So, right, 10% of the American population owns 90%, right? Let's show you this. Now, what is that side? Okay, these are people that own a business. Okay, a business owner owns a business system, so they leverage their passive income, right? These are franchise. It could be somebody that owns a McDonald's franchise, a real estate brokerage, an insurance, a solar brokerage, right? A direct sales or network marketing company, same thing, okay? A network marketing business, some of you sometimes are embarrassed to say it. Don't be embarrassed. The people that may try to ridicule you, it's just that they don't know what they don't know, okay? They're ignorant. They don't know. They don't have the information, okay? Network marketing is a business system of building a network of salespeople. When they sell a product or service, you get compensated. What is wrong with that? I love when people say, oh, wait a minute, it's one of those recruiting things. Why do they call it a thing? I don't know, but it's one of those recruiting things. I always ask them, well, do you know how real estate business works? They go, yeah. Well, isn't there a broker who recruits agents? And when the agent sells a house, they get paid and the broker gets paid a commission? Yeah. Works the same way in the car business, right? The guy on the floor that sells the Mercedes, he gets paid. He's a sales guy. And then his boss, maybe she's an assistant manager, she gets paid a commission. And then the sales manager gets paid. The owner of the dealership overrides. People are getting paid on sales of products and services. We give you that option. So now, as a business owner, you have other people working with you. Okay. What does that do? That means you get paid on their efforts. Okay, remember, on the left, you're only getting paid for your own efforts. Here, you're getting paid on the efforts of other people. All right? One of my mentors always said this. He says, Ed, you might want to write this down. He said, Ed, in life, you will never get wealthy for the work you do. And then he would yell, never! I'm like, man, oh my God, like spitting at me. Never you'll get wealthy for the work you do. You will only get wealthy for the work you cause others to do. And I got it. I was like, wow. So here's an example. Let's say you've got 10 people working on your team. Let's say they're full-time. Well, they're working 40 hours a week. You're getting paid on 400 hours a week. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot possibly work 400 hours a week, okay? Don't do the math. There's only 168 hours that God gives us all. Okay, but that's the way to get paid and leverage your time. See, by hiring more people, there's no limit here. You can hire as many people as you want. You have unlimited income potential because the more people that are on your team, the more hours that are being worked, more production, more sales are happening, more overrides you get. Throw some fire in the chat if you are getting this. Is this making sense to you? Throw some fire in the chat. Okay, and then the final part of this quadrant is, okay, that you become an investor. And that's what the Smart Money Club is all about. JC, we got this thing dialed in, baby, the cash flow quadrant. Now the Smart Money Club is where you become an investor. Now you've got money working for you, right? So here you've got people working for you. Here you've got dollars working for you. Okay, that's it. There's an example. You accumulate $1 million at 10%. That's an average rate of return in the stock market. You're earning $100,000 a year residually. But we also have a residual income component, right? By building a subscription member base, okay? Now you have unlimited residual income and time freedom. So let me ask you guys a question. Now that you know this powerful information, wouldn't you rather be on the right side of the quadrant and own your own profitable business system? Who would rather be, throw a yes in the chat, you'd rather be on the right side? Okay. Now let me show something to you. You might think this is old information. No, I just looked it up, and let me show you here. Check this out. This is pretty current. Oops. You guys see my screen? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. You see my screen? Yep. Okay, good. So look, you saw what the cash flow quadrant said, right? That 10% of Americans, right, own 90% of the wealth. Well, here it is, right, from CNBC. The wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89% of all U.S. stocks. You know what U.S. stocks are? That's ownership in companies, right? Like Apple or Amazon, right? Or Tesla, right? You own, so 10% of Americans own basically, right, 90%. The numbers are right there of all U.S. stocks, okay? So let me go back. Hey, Jay, you know what? You want to take over?
Hey, Ed. Yeah, no problem. By the way, Ed has been, as he mentioned himself earlier today, he's been a little bit under the weather. So, and I told him, listen, man, if you need me to step in, you let me know. So I'm here. So, anyways, Ed, thank you so much. We're certainly going to get Ed to come on here and to finish today's training, which is great. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a training that I already had programmed in case Ed couldn't continue, right? So, and that just goes, and you know what? It's funny when I knew that when I shared the when I shared the video that I did of A.L. Williams, that was probably going to get him even more. And it wasn't really on purpose, but you know, I just afterwards I thought about it. So we're gonna dive right into this, guys. We got some stuff to cover here. This is one of my favorite trainings. We're talking about building a business, right? So we're gonna talk about building your brokerage, how many people want to learn how to build a six-figure passive and residual income with Build? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the slides because we got to get to the recognition portion of this, but we're going to go through this. So first and foremost, when you are building your Build business, there's many ways to make money. There's many ways to build your Build brokerage. You can do part-time selling, getting affiliates and recruits, more on the slower side. Or you could be recruiting, selling, and training and helping other people to, you know, to sell and do the same thing. Some people just want to be a closer, right? And that's one of the things that makes us different from other companies is that you could just focus on being a closer, being a mentor, and that certainly has a six-figure plus opportunity. And then there's those people that want to have a big recruiting emphasis, right? Selling and becoming a mentor, duplicating themselves, and want to build fast. Now, regardless of which one you choose, we have something for you, right? So here's the first steps. Here's the fundamentals, especially for the new people and for all of those that are not where they want to be yet, right? You want to make sure that you pay close attention to this. When we get started, we want to pass certification first, right? That's easy. It's in your back office. Go through the Fast Start training. Somebody put in the chat, buildfaststart.com. You want to make sure that you go through buildfaststart.com and master it. So if you want to master it, you're going to have to go through it twice. So BYLDfaststart.com, put your information on there. And here's a cool thing about buildfaststart.com. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys. Watch this. Okay, so if I go to buildfaststart.com, right, this is training. We want to train you guys on this. So buildfaststart.com. And don't put any www, just go buildfaststart.com, no W's. If I register here, this is an on-demand Fast Start training that's playing all the time. So I click here, Pacific time, I enter my information, JC Rangel, put my email, jc@opcoresolar.com. register. Here's what's going to happen. Okay. I click on this link here. And this one here is playing every hour on
If you've got somebody that is not
Okay.
a very aggressive personality,
So
this might not work for them. But if you got a
Stop.
red personality, somebody who's money
Now check this
motivated,
out.
very ambitious,
we go over here.
a
Build
go-getter, right? Or somebody that looks up to you,
Over.
this works well with them as well.
Buildoverview.com. Same thing. I do the same thing. I register. This is where you can send your prospects to learn about this presentation. See the same presentation. It is an on-demand and it looks like it's live. See, we're all about building. We're all about duplication. Think about this. How many of you guys say, "Hey, Ed, listen, let's say I pitch him. He says, yeah, I'm open to taking a look at some stuff. Are you available right now? Are you available at the top of the hour? I am available at the top of the hour. Okay, great. So we actually have something going on right now that at the top of the hour, that's gonna a business showcase that's gonna show you, right? So let's say I click on this here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're starting soon. So I signed up for the 11 a.m. one, right? So right now it's 10:30 a.m. Pacific. I signed up for the 11 a.m. one. Now I could always go and register for the recorded one, right? But my point is this: it looks like it is a live presentation happening right now. Okay, so let me try something. Saturday. Yeah, so it's already too late to start for the one that's happening right now because it's only like 30 minutes long. It's already 10:36. So every hour on the hour is what I'm saying. Every hour on the hour, you have a training happening and a business overview happening every hour on the hour. So you want to make sure that you use those tools. So let's go back here. When I go here, go through Fast Start Training. You could either go through the back office, the recorded Fast Start Training is there, or just go to buildfaststart.com. Here's what I do. When I'm working with a new person, hey, let's go and get you trained. What's your schedule look like? I know that there's one happening every hour on the hour. The new guy doesn't even have to know that it's a recorded one. I don't care if he thinks it's recorded or if he thinks it's live. It doesn't matter. What I care about is that he or she gets on the training, right? Then after they do that, we go through the 5 steps to success. Game plan, that's where we do some goals for them. We have the game plan training is in the back office, and then let's go and recruit the world. So here's the deal. You want to lead by example. Get your pack. $149, $199. You want to be a big builder. You want all the benefits. Get the builder pack, $199 and $99 a month. And let's focus. Let's set a goal to get your 3 mentor sales completed within your first 30 to 60 days. Obviously, the faster you complete those, the better. Here's an example. Let's say you collect 10 utility bills and schedule 5 to 7 appointments, and you close 3 to 5 of those deals. You just earned between $8,000 and $15,000 in commissions. Not too bad to earn in your first month, your first 30 to 60 days. You also want to focus on get your 4 pay no more. Remember, we in our comp plan, refer 4 pay no more. It's a beautiful comp plan that we've got. Now keep this in mind. What you do, your team will do. If I introduce my friend Eric and I say, look, Eric, my first month, I referred my 4, I referred 5. So I haven't paid any monthly fees since I got started, bro. I recommend you do that. He is more than likely he's going to want to do that. And he is a lot more likely to actually accomplish that because somebody else already showed him what's possible. Does that make sense? So, and this is also a story that you're going to tell your entire career. Now, 3 steps to booking an appointment. Whether it's solar, security, or water, get the interest, get the bill, and get the appointment. Of course, if this is for solar, right? If it's water, I get the interest and I get the appointment and the presentation happens. Same thing with security. But sometimes people try to complicate it. I use a KISS method. Keep it super simple. If I want to close my first solar sale, I want to get the interest of the homeowner. We're going to go through the scripts to get the interest. After you get the interest, you're able to get the appointment. And once you get the appointment, after you get the interest, you're able to get the bill, the utility bill. And then you book an appointment, and that is how you start closing sales. So let's go through a couple of scripts. Hey, Mike, I just started a new career in the solar industry and I'm super excited about it. I'm currently finishing up my certification and I need to design 4 more solar savings reports and present them. I was wondering if you could help me out with this, bro. Look, you don't have to buy anything. Okay. You just have to let me present it to you. And if you allow me to do that, my company will actually give you a 3-night and 4-day stay in Vegas just for allowing me to help me complete my certification. Could you help me out? It is a help script. See, obviously, we're going through the script on how to get a utility bill. How many people here want to close your first or second or third sale in the month of February? I want you to put me in the chat. You want to close your first, second, third, or whatever, a sale or more in the month of February. Okay, great. New people, we're showing you how to do it. Hey, Mike, I just started a new career in solar. Obviously, after I do some small talk. I don't think that needs to be said, but I'll say it. If I call my friend Don, I call him, a little bit of small talk. Then I say, hey, Don, listen, the reason for my call, brother, is because I'm actually going through a career shift, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I just got started in the solar industry, and as I mentioned, I'm super excited about this, man. So I'm actually going through the completion of my certification, but I need to design 4 more solar savings reports and present them in order to complete my certification. And I was wondering if you could help me out with this, bro. And just for the record, Don, by the way, I'm not asking you to buy anything. I just need to present them to complete my certification and hit my bonus. And if you allow me to do this and help me with this, the company will actually give you a 3-night and 4-day stay in Las Vegas as a thank you. So, again, if you buy or you don't buy that, now I'm getting the bill, right? So let's keep going. By the way, these scripts are covered in the Fast Start training. Here's another one for homeowners. Hey, Jen, have you noticed your electricity bill has been going up a lot in the past few years or the past few months? It depends, right? If in your utility company is going up a lot in the past few months, you mentioned that, or the past few years. Answer, yes. Me too. By the way, did you know that I recently got started in the solar industry, and I'm actually now certified with a company called Encore Solar. So I help customers evaluate if solar is the right decision for them, and and we save people a lot of money. Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you, if solar didn't cost you anything out of pocket, Mike, would you be open to me showing you a solar savings report? Here's another way you could put this. If solar didn't cost you anything out of pocket and saved you a ton of money, would you be open to me to show you a solar savings report? Now, the more you practice it, the better you get, right? Because, like, for example, if solar didn't cost you anything out of pocket, no down payment, and it saved you a ton of money, would you be open to me helping you and showing you a solar savings report? You'd also be helping me out with completing my certification and my bonus. The company will give you a trip to Las Vegas for 3 nights and 4 days, even if you don't go solar. For me, the biggest motivation, Mike, is that I want to complete my certification and hit my bonus. Now, I'm going to let you know this. Some people will say yes and help you, and some won't. Sometimes, see, I'm the kind of person that if I could help a friend, I'm going to help a friend. I have realized in my life that not everybody's like that. Sometimes I've realized people, they could help you and it doesn't affect them at all to help you. And some people are just not as open to helping as others. It's just the way it is. It used to frustrate me and disappoint me back in the days. Now I know it's just how people are. I cannot expect everybody to be and look at life the way that I look at life. And guess what? That's okay. So I'm here to tell you, listen, the business is simple, but it's not easy. What does that mean? The steps, like saying these words to a homeowner, are rather simple. Okay? However, you're going to get no's. You're going to get people that don't want to help you. You're going to get people that are going to ignore you. You're going to get people that say, I'm going to send you a bill, and they're not going to send it to you. But guess what? You'll also get people that say, yeah, sure, I'll send you a bill. I just recruited the black belt, one of the jiu-jitsu coaches for my son at his jiu-jitsu class. So I recruited him. We got to talking. I told him I was in the solar industry. He says, hey, man, there's a lot of money in solar. And I was like, yes. Long story short, I recruited him. He already got the first bill from one of the parents there. The parent said, I need a solar system with a battery and I need a new roof. Could you do all of it? We said, we sure can. We already have his bill. He's paying like $370 a month on average. That's going to be a slam dunk. Like, that's one of the most confident I am about closing the deal, because he's paying a lot of money, right? And the value that we're going to deliver to him is tremendous. Guys, give me 1 second. I hear my baby coughing in the background. Give me 1 second. All right. He was coughing a little too much. I'm like, whoa. And my wife was already there. So, okay. So my point is this. I don't care if you do insurance, real estate, solar, network marketing, whatever the case may be. Ladies and gentlemen, sales is the highest paid profession in the world. Network marketing that we are in creates more millionaires than any other industry in the world. So we are in sales and network marketing, and we are in some very lucrative industries. Solar, security. Listen, my wife has made 6 figures with security for more than 10 years. We've made millions with solar. I know people that have made millions with security, millions with solar, millions with network marketing. We've got, same thing with the water product. We've got products that have a tremendous upside. My point is this. I am telling you to trust me when I say the following. It makes sense for you to put your head down and decide to become an expert. Make a decision. Listen, you're going to have people that you introduce quit. You're going to have customers or potential customers that say, I'll send you the bill. They never send it to you. I'm telling you right now, that's going to happen. That's a part of the game. But I will tell you this. Some of you guys in 2 years, 3 years, 4 or 5 years, 10 years, some of you guys are going to get here 4 or 5 years from now, be making incredible amount of money, more money than you ever imagined. Some of you guys, not all of you. I say that to be compliant. We're not over here trying to over-exaggerate the truth. No. I think everybody has a potential to do so, but not everybody will, because not everybody's willing to pay the price. But here's my point. There'll be some of you in 4 or 5 years from now that are making incredible money, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. Some of you guys, I believe we're going to have people in 5 years making $500,000 a month. Okay, check this out. When you get to that level of success, my friends, let me tell you something. You're going to wish that you had more tough times than you did. You're going to wish that you have more stories, more battle stories, more rejection stories, more cancellation stories, more quitting stories than you actually do. You're going to be around in one of these vacations. We might be in like Dubai, in one of our curated trips with 500 Build members in Dubai. Okay, because that's a part of our membership. It's a part of our business model. And then some of you guys that are top earners are going to be surrounded by 50 people in a luxurious hotel. And you're going to be with your legs crossed and a wine glass, and you're going to be talking, and people are around you that want to learn from you. And they're going to be asking you things about challenges, and you're going to be sharing some of your stories, and you're going to find yourself digging through your brain for more challenging stories that you have so you could show them that this is normal. There will come a day where you're going to wish that you had more of these stories. I'm telling you. That's happened to me. Where I'm sharing, look, let me tell you something. For example, I'm in Los Angeles, California. San Diego's 2 hours away. I remember like 15 years ago, I drive to San Diego to do a home presentation. There was no Zoom back then, right? Home presentation. I'm driving over there. I'm calling the guy on the way there, not answering. He's supposed to have, I don't know how many people, 10 people in his living room for me to drive. Mind you, I'm not making a lot of money. The gas was an issue for me. Just the gas alone was an issue for me. I'm driving in traffic. So a 2-hour drive is really like a 3.5-hour drive. And I'm broke. And I'm doubting myself. And I go to San Diego just so the guy doesn't even answer the doggone door. And I feel defeated. I'm in my 20s. And I'm like, man, this sucks, man. And I'm texting the guy, by the way. I'm on my way from LA to San Diego, bro. You haven't been answering. but I gave you a commitment that I'm going to be there and I'm going to show up. I'll see you there and your people. The guy ghosted me. See, that's the kind of stuff that sometimes even makes somebody feel sorry for themselves. And it also makes me wonder, how can a grown man do such a thing? Like, forgive the word, but that's a cowardly thing to do. If you're not going to be there, somebody's driving 3 hours, 3.5 hours to do a presentation, at least reply, you know what? I'm not doing it, bro. Don't drive this way. Fair enough. But I committed to it. I figured, what if he's stuck in traffic? What if he lost his phone? I'm still going. The point is this. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. Okay? And doing the business these days is a lot easier than before. So, a couple of key notes. Don't prejudge anyone. Make a long list and contact the list. So here's what you want to focus on. Get your 4 ASAP. Refer 4, pay no more. I'm giving you golden nuggets. Refer 4, pay no more. That's easy. Number 2, you got to get 200 people to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you are in this industry, that you are with Build and you are in the solar industry. How soon can you get 200 people to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you are the solar guy? Solar, security, water. Okay? How soon can you get 100 people to know that? 50 frontline affiliates your first year. That's easy. They're free people. I mean, it's 1 a week. Get 1 affiliate a week. Okay? But here's the real focus. 2020 vision. You want to be, if you want to build a 6-figure business and beyond, I'm telling you what you got to do. This part is not easy. It's hard. This part I am telling you, it's hard. But let me tell you something, it is worth it. 2020 vision, that means 20 personal recruits on your left team and 20 personal recruits on your right team. Sometimes they say it isn't that people aim too high and miss. It's that people aim too low and hit. Les Brown said that. Some of you guys are not aiming big enough. That's why you're not getting the results that you want. You got to burn your ships. If anybody remembers the story of burning your ships, an army of 300 goes to another country in boats to fight an army of 3,000. General of the ship tells everybody to get off the ships. When they're off the ships, the general of the ship says, burn those ships. We either win or we perish. They were outnumbered 10-1. He said, we win or we perish. Guess what? They won. You know why? They had no choice. Can't go back. If things get tough, they could, and the boats were still there, they could get on the boats and leave. They could not go back. They had to win. Some people, listen, this is Super Saturday. I'm going to shoot from the hip. I'm raw like sushi. Okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Some of you guys, I'm not talking about this business particularly, maybe this business. Some of you guys in other businesses, especially those people with their cameras off. Some of you guys have your cameras off because you're at work, no problem. But it's Saturday morning. Most of you guys are not at work and your camera's not on. You know why? Because you're multitasking. You're half in and half out. Am I saying everybody? No. There's about 100 people here. About 90 cameras off. Probably 10 of those cameras should be off. The rest of them, no. Most people are tippy-toeing through the business. They're half in, half out. They're not all in. Every single time that I went to the top of a company, I made a decision to burn my ships, and I went all in from the beginning. I went all in with all out. Massive action. I went all in with all out. Massive action. Okay? I want that to be clear. And it's not all in for this month. I'm motivated right now. No. That's not what I mean. How long do you need to commit for? Not just in this business, in any business. 5 years. My friend Eric saw me start in the solar industry 5 years ago. I didn't know what an inverter was. He saw me, Eric Garcia. He's on here with his camera on and he's got his partner. He just joined the business and he got 4 people that joined the business with him. Like in the last 24 hours. He saw me join 5 years ago. I didn't know what an inverter was. And I said, I didn't come here to take part. I came here to take over. I'm going to dominate the solar industry. 3 years later, $105 million in sales, 2,100 solar installations. This is documented through YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. You guys can go to my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook. I've been documenting the whole journey. Why? I went 2020 vision, minimum I recruited a bunch of people and I work with the willing. And I got 200 people to know that this is what I'm doing. I don't care if you say yes. I don't care if you say no. I don't care if you tell me to go kick rocks. You're going to know what I'm doing for recruiting and selling. I don't care. Then I recruited a lot of people because I got out of my comfort zone. I made a long list. Okay. And we went out there and did it. I'll tell you what, 5 years ago, it takes 5 years to make life fair. That is one of those JC originals. Never heard nobody say that before. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it takes 5 years to make life fair. In 5 years, you could drastically change your life. 5 years. The problem is people want to give it 2, 3 months, 6 months, and they think they're doing something. No, you're not doing anything in 6 months. You got to go all out. You got to decide, ask yourself this question. Who have I been listening to? Who you've been listening to is a reason why you have or don't have what you want right now. Most people have been listening to friends, family members, co-workers that they wouldn't change bank accounts with, or they wouldn't change lifestyles with. But when you got people that have made 7 figures, like Mr. Ed Ayala, like myself, and other people like Mr. Navarro, Mr. Bean, multiple 7 figures, and they tell you, look, there's no secret. We're going to tell you what it is. We're going to tell you how hard it's going to be. We're going to tell you what to do, how to do. We're going to also mold your thinking in the Millionaire Mentor Zoom. Every Monday, we're going to start off with the Millionaire Mentor mentorship for an hour. We're going to open up your brain and we're going to mold it. People say, JC, my family member that is $100,000 in debt says that you guys are brainwashing me. I say, he's right. We are brainwashing you. We're brainwashing you for success, to think like a champion, to build discipline, to build a business. We're showing you the difference between residual income and linear income and showing you how to build a residual income. If you're not getting criticized, you're not talking to enough people. I'm telling you, as you guys can tell, I'm passionate, man, because listen, we are going to build $1 billion paid company. That means we're going to pay $1 billion in commissions by 2030. And we're going to do it with the ones that stay or the ones that go. That's irrelevant. But I'm passionate because I've seen this before. We've done this. This ain't our first rodeo. So let's talk about recruiting. People that you look up to. You are a 5. Your 5s are your peers, and your 10s are people that you look up to. We are all 5s. Now, we may be, to ourselves, we're 5s, but in other people's eyes, we may be a 10. We may be a 5. We may be a 1. So for this training, you are a 5. And the people that you look up as peers, you look to as peers are your 5s. People that you look up to are your 10s. People that you look down to, not down to, but people that look up to you, right? People that see you as a higher status, so to speak, maybe more success, more credibility, etc. Those are your 1s. Okay, here's how you approach them. Your 1s, you tell them what to do. It's easy. You got 1s on your list, you tell them what to do. Hey, Johnny, and I'm not talking about any Johnny on here, right? I'm just making up names. Hey, Johnny, how's it going, brother? Good, good. Listen, man, I wanted to give you a call because I wanted to bless you, brother. I'm going to send you a video, John, that I need you to take 23 minutes to look at. I grab a pen, write this down. Okay, what is it, bro? Buildoverview.com. That's BYLD, overview.com. Don't put the www, just buildoverview.com. When do you have 25 minutes to go to that website uninterrupted? No interruptions. He says, at the top of the hour, I got time. Great. I'll call you. At the top of the hour is 11. I'm going to call you at 11:30 exactly. Sound fair enough? Okay, what is it about? Trust me, I got to run to a meeting. Okay, I don't have time to explain. Just listen, you'll thank me later. Get on there, watch that information. You can thank me later. Easy. He's a 1. He looks up to me. I tell him what to do. Or I invite him to the Tuesday, Thursday live presentation, or I send him a pre-recorded video. Those are the easiest. Don't get caught in the easy trap. Just contacting your 1s. Your 5s. We're going to go through some scripts for the 5s. Your 10s, 3 keywords. Help, favor, opinion. Let's say I call my buddy Raj. Let's say Raj is my uncle or something. that I respect, right? That's more successful than me. I give Raj a call, ring, ring. Raj answers. I say, Raj, how's it going? I get this, by the way, I get the small talk out of the way fast. One of the ways to get the small talk out of the way, here's a golden nugget. Here's a recruiting golden nugget. Let them know ahead of time that you got to run, that you don't have a lot of time. Hey, Raj, how's it going, man? How you doing? I'm doing good. Awesome, bro. Look, I know you're super busy. So am I. I'm actually on my way to a meeting. I'm almost there. The reason for my call, Raj, was this. And I get into my pitch. Because what I don't want to do in an invitation is get stuck trying to answer a bunch of questions. Does that make sense? Trying to have a long dialogue. I don't want to have a long conversation. I want to be quick. The philosophy of inviting is 1 minute with 100 people instead of 100 minutes with one person. Okay. So I call Raj. Raj, get the small talk out of the way. Let him know that, you know, he's busy. I'm busy. Real quick. Raj, listen, the reason why I'm calling you, bro, is, you know, I look up to you big time, man, and I respect your business opinion. I was recently introduced to something that really caught my attention, and I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I'm looking at this company. It looks really good, and frankly, bro, to be perfectly honest, it almost looks too good to be true. Almost. Keyword, almost. So it almost looks too good to be true. I was wondering if you could help me out. Take a look at it and give me your opinion, bro. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing. Let me know if they're getting one over on me. Could you help me with that, bro? Do you see where I'm going with this? I give them a compliment. Hey, Eric, look, I respect you, bro. You're one of my most successful friends. You're one of my most successful family members. And I'll you know, like, for example, so-and-so, I wouldn't even ask him. But I ask you because I respect what you've done, bro. So anyways, reason why I'm calling you is because I need a favor. And don't worry, I don't need to ask you to borrow no money or nothing like that, okay? I like to throw some humor in there. And don't worry, I don't need to ask you for any money or nothing like that. Ha ha. Keep going, right? I took a look at this company. I'm looking to get started in the solar industry, right? And this company has some very intriguing things that, frankly, I like a lot. But I even told the guy, sounds too good to be true. So it kind of does almost sound too good to be true, but not quite. But anyways, before I make my decision and my commitment, Eric, I was wondering if you could take a look at the information for me and give me your opinion and let me know, brother, if there's something that I am not catching. Does that make sense? Could you help me out, bro? It'd mean the world to me. It'd mean the world to me. Okay? See, that is people that, here's the thing. Here's something I realized on my own like 15 years ago. Be smarter than your opponent, or in this case, your prospect. Be smarter than your prospect while making him or her think they are smarter than you. That is a JC original right there. What do I mean? Eric is my 10. I'm reaching out to him with the help, favor, opinion pitch, making him think that he's the smartest between the two of us because I need his help. I need his favor. I need his opinion. My opinion, my mind is already made up, but I'm open. So I'm not a liar. I am open. Maybe there is something about Build that you haven't seen. That's a scam. Right? I'm telling you it's not, but of course I'm going to tell you it's not. I'm the president. So when you're saying this to people, you're not lying. So I make Eric think, that's right, buddy. I'm the smart one. You need my help. You came to the right place. Send me that information so I could dissect it and let you know if they're getting one over on you. So I make him think that he is a smart one, when really, who's a smart one? It's me. I want him to see the information. And as a recruiter, all I need is to see the information. I need to expose you to the information. By the way, look at how cool Jabari looks in this car right there. That dude is driving. You know, he's got the zoom on and he's got like it looks like his car is made out of all glass. You know, that's what a guy that closes 28 deals in a month looks like, by the way, FYI. So check this out. My job as a recruiter is I just need to get people in front of the information, in front of the proper information, right? So let's keep going. We're going to go through the 5s now. By the way, before we get into the 5s, this is the informed script. I don't care who you are. This is a bare minimum what you should be doing. You should do this with everybody or even the people on your chicken list. Okay? There's no excuse to not contact people because this script is not a recruiting script. It's not a selling script. It's an informed script. Hey, I wanted to give you a call to let you know that I just started the solar industry. 2 bullet points. And I'm super excited about this. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 10 to 15 years. Anyways, man, I'm just letting you know, brother, in case you know of anybody who either has questions about solar or anybody that may be interested in solar, I would really appreciate it if you'd keep me in mind. That's it. You could do that with the water. You could do that with security, right? My point is that there's no excuse to not contact the people on your list. Now, what if you make a list of 100 people and you call 10, and out of the 10, the first 8 are just terrible. They're just like super negative. What do you do then? You keep calling. You keep calling. You make a commitment. Here's a list of 100. I've committed to call this list of 100. I've made a 5-year commitment. I'm going to build this business. In order to be bad, I got to first be good. Every hero was once a 0. Every stud was once a dud, right? A big shot is just a little shot that kept on shooting. You got to keep shooting. You want to be a big shot one day, guess what? You got to first be a little shot that refuses to stop shooting. Okay, let's keep going. Here's another one. If I could, Woody, this is a great one for the 5s. We talked about the 5s. Here's a great one for the 5s. Here it is. Let's say I'm talking about buddy Chris. Small talk. Hey, Chris, listen. I wanted to ask you, brother, off the record, bro, if I could show you a way. I know you remember how you told me that you have a great job, but you don't spend a lot of time with your kids. If I could show you a way, brother, to make the same amount of money that you're making or more, but have more time to spend with your children, would you look at some information? Hey, Barbie, if I could show you a way for you to be able to move to California the way that you've talked about moving to California, right? And be able to do that on a part-time basis in the next 6 to 12 months, would you look at some information? So if I could show you how to fill in their motivation, identify what's their motivation. You might know a guy that is a construction worker that makes $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, but he's tired. He's tired of waking up at 3 in the morning to go to work. He's tired of the long hours. Maybe he doesn't see his kids a lot. Right? Maybe that's his motivation. If I could show you a way to make the same amount of money that you're making now or more, but from home and spend more time with your kids without all the hard labor, would you look at some information with an open mind? Right? Fill in the blank. So we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to go. So here's a builder's vision. Refer for, pay no more. Okay? If you can do this, you can help other people do it as well. Right? So check this out. How many people do you have to help to achieve Builder 500? So think about this. You bring 4, you put 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. You brought 4, you pay no more. When you help them do the exact same thing, you just hit Builder 500. So if I put 2 left, 2 right that I personally recruited, and I help them do the same thing, guess what? I'm making $500 a month. I'm a Builder 500. So the question is this. See, that wasn't that hard. How many people do you have to help achieve the rank of Builder 500 in order for you to earn a residual 6-figure, $100,000 per year residual income? You got to have 12 people on the left team and 12 people on the right team get to Builder 500. And guess what? You're a Builder 8,000, making $8,000 a month. Not that hard. Watch this. 4 people, you refer 4, pay no more. What if you make a list of 100 people and with 100 you find 4%, because you got out of your comfort zone, you got on trainings, you practiced the pitches, you made the phone calls. You make a list of 100, you get your 4. Show them how to do the same thing. You're a 500 club member. If you know how to get to the 500 club, Builder 500, can you help others and teach others to do the same thing? Of course. I'm breaking it down in steps. Here's a building block. Refer for, pay no more. Duplicate that. Congratulations, $500 a month residual income. Congratulations. Next question. How do I get to 100,000 instead of 500, $6,000 a year? How do I get to $100,000 a year? You just help more people. You help 12 and 12. 12 people on the left team, 12 people on the right team achieve a $500 per month residual income. Congratulations, you're making $8,000 per month in residual income That does not include your overrides from solar, security, and water. How many of you guys think this is exciting? I don't know about you, but I think this is exciting, man. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. It's not just overrides, it's a residual. And of course, we're talking about the $99 membership, right? Check this out. You're a builder 8,000, you're making $8,000 a month. But out of the 240 people on the left team, 240 people on the right team, because if you have 12 builder 500s, that's 240 people. Let's say only 10% made a solar sale. 24 sales on each side, 48 sales, right? For the month, 96 sales in a 60-day period. You're an executive director in the direct sales compensation plan. What does that equal? Let's say out of those 48 sales for the month, 10 were frontline and the other 38 were anywhere underneath. You earn $12,000 approximately in frontline overrides, and the other 38 were only banking them at 15%, not 20%. FYI, as an executive director, you earn 40% level 1 and 20% through unlimited levels. I made it conservative, 15%. So you're making $450 per sale. That's $17,000. You're at $29,000 in overrides, in addition to your $8,000 in residual. How did it start? Here's how it started. Refer for, pay no more. Make a commitment, 5-year commitment. Plug into the trainings, the schedules in the back office. I'm going to burn my ships. I'm going to go get my 4, pay no more. And don't stop at 4, pay no more. Keep bringing people. But I get my 4, pay no more, help them do the same thing. 500 club residual income. Great. I help 12 people on my left team, 12 people on my right team get there. Hello, 8,000 a month. If only 10% of those people are making a sale, an extra $29,000 a year. Now you are at what? $37,000 a month. 8,000 residual. That doesn't include check match bonuses. That doesn't include the coded bonuses from the new signups. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not even all the money. I don't know about you, but that's exciting. Juan, are you on here, Juan? Do me a favor and send me the recognition thing on WhatsApp, if you will, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We went a little bit longer. As you guys can tell, I get excited. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And we're just going to go through some recognition real quick. How many of you guys got value from today so far? Let me know if you got some value from today. I appreciate you guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up like a burrito. So I want to recognize some people because, listen, I want to show the evidence, right? I want to show the evidence of success. So we're going to do this Super Saturday, by the way, every single month. The second Saturday of every single month, we're going to do recognition. Every second Saturday. So once a month, we do these. Super Saturday, followed by training, recognition, 2 hours. We're going to knock it out 2 hours, boom, 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 right? Right now, Mr. Bean is at a Super Saturday in, I think, Baltimore, Maryland, right? There's another small Super Saturday happening at the Pacheco's. They're doing a presentation in their home right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Build is growing. We're rocking. We're not even a year old. February 17th, in what, 9 days, is our 1-year anniversary from our pre-launch. Not even from our launch. Our launch wasn't until August. So we are a brand new company. So let me share my screen. I want to recognize a couple folks. So first and foremost, congratulations to all of these Refer for, Pay No More. Let's give them a round of applause. Feel free to unmute yourselves, by the way. And, you know, some of these are some of our well-known leaders. So, of course, we would expect them to have their For, Pay No More, right? But I want to congratulate all of these people because guess what? That is a building block, right? Then we've got a couple of other people here. We got Builder 500s. Congratulations to Mr. Chris McHenry. He started off today's presentation, Builder 500. Mr. Matthew Acosta is a Builder 500. Mrs. Julianne, Idris Alaka, Brenda Nava, Erjan Dickey, Scott Mezzaros, Don LaPlume, Don Smith, Jennifer White, Rod Obi, and Lashri Obi. Congratulations on Builder 500. Then we got Builder 1000. We got Roxana Castellanos, Hans Home, Angel Trin, and Josh Wiles. Congratulations on Builder 1000. Builder 2000, we got Mr. Samuel Bean, Ed Ayala, Julio Aquino, and Jabari Sattler. Big deal, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is residual income. This does not include what they're doing in overrides. And then we've got the list of managers as well. Notice that some of these people are double rank qualified, right? Got Mr. Chris McHenry as manager, Mr. Chris McHenry, Mr. Matthew Acosta, Erjan Dickey again, right? So those first three names are also on the other list as well, right? Tony Denner is also a manager with the company. Okay, Bradley Goodbread, Samuel Bean, Ed Ayala, Julio Aquino, Hans Holm, Anthony Bonilla, and Louis Rangel. So congratulations to these managers. And then we've got a director in our company, Jabari Sattler. So that means that his team is doing over 25 sales, 24 sales, installs in a 60-day period. So that's exciting. Congratulations to all of these leaders. And we are just getting started. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, our national convention is going to be, I believe it's going to be in July. We should be wrapping that up by next week. Watch what's going to happen between now and July. What's going to happen between now and July is going to be major. Some of these guys that are managers are going to be executive directors by July, even national directors. Some of these Builder 500s are going to be Builder 8000s and executive 15s by July. It's going to be nuts. We are entering momentum. We've been working hard to enter momentum. Not only that, by then we're going to be international. You're going to see people from Mexico, from all over South America, from Europe, from Asia at our national convention in Las Vegas. We started in America, right? And things are just getting better and people are getting trained and people are building momentum. There's some people that are really close to hitting that next rank. And I know that we've got some very special things lined up for the convention. So I hope everybody got a lot of value from today. And I commend every single one of you for staying on here as long as you stayed, right? It's a Saturday, right? I commend all of you for staying on here as long as you stayed. Remember, Millionaire Mentor Zoom happens this coming Monday, okay? We've got a couple of trainings Monday. Check the calendar in the back office, and I recommend that you put this in your phone's calendar so you don't miss any event. Don't wait for somebody to remind you. Don't wait for a notification. We appreciate you guys. Okay, the future looks bright, and we'll see you guys at the top or from the top. Take care, everybody.